What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. This video is not going to be very long because my battery is trying to go out or is getting low. But I have I'll do it. I'll do it next time. I don't feel like moving nothing around. So go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know you stopped by. Shout out to the diva who asked me what kind of lip gloss I had on. I don't know where I got these nails from. I was trying to look for them. They're just really regular. They're just regular nails. They're not like the art box nails that are real good and like thick, or the, what do they call, B something, they're kind of like thick. These are just like, I like them because they had like a gradient and I wanted to see how these would look, and like I fucking love them. Like they look like the most natural. They look the most natural. um the shape, I love them. And they're like, they're thin, they're just like, and I don't know if I got them off of Timu. I don't know if I got them off, what's the other one, TikTok. I don't know. I can't remember. And I went to look for. I think I'm gonna have to, because I have them in there. I'm just gonna put it in Google and see where it comes up, because I love them too. They're not glass. They're just regular nail, fake nail material, which I just love them. And they were just really easy to put on. I had some other ones on Friday. I changed. I think I put these on Sunday or Saturday, and I was like, oh my god, I love these, because I was trying to see which ones to put. I have some other ones, and I was like, and that's why I was like, I kind of like this, because I have, I change my mind a lot. Like I'm a person who, like, if I had fonts, like I change the resolution on my screens, on my computer screens all the time. I change the colors, I change the font, like, and I get tired of the colors and I want to go to another color. Is how I feel. And so the fact that I'm able to just take these off and change when I want to when I change my mind, I love it. So these are very natural, very regular, very just gradient. And so I love them, and they're perfect. And what it reminds me of, shout out to my aunt. When I was a little girl, my mom's sister, the way her nails grew, I always loved the way her nails grew. And they were just she just had natural nails, right? But the way that they grew, and they were kind of like, I'm sure she would shape them, but they were like circular almost. Um, and they just look, I always thought they looked so, I don't know, it was something about my aunt's nails that I loved. And so these kind of reminded me, even though they're not circular at the tip, they reminded me of my aunt's nails. And so when I was like putting them on and I was looking at them, I was like, yes, this is the look. This is the look. Because the other ones that I had were like a little, they were just like tiny, a sliver shorter. And I was like, I feel like I want to go a little longer. And I want to do stiletto nails. They have the little tip. I love the look of, like, I don't like that new trend with the claws. I don't like that. I don't. That's not my thing. But you know me, I'm very simple Virgo girl. I'm just very simple. Keep it very simple. Very, not too much, not too much. So I love these. So these are what I have this week. I might change them coming up. But yeah, these are cute. And I want these again. So I was trying to figure out, the reason why I was looking for them is because I was like, I need to order some more because I really like these. And they're just like, so they're very like, you want to wear them for a weekend or whatever, or a week or whatever, and just have them. But they're not thick like the other ones that I normally wear, which like feel like you really got your nails on. These are just on here, and they're just very thin, and I like them because they're just like very natural. Okay. So anyways, let's see. I went on to the blogs.
Is I sponsor the now. Yes. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stop by. We just down here talking, girl. So Omarion's brother Orion is talking about his relationship with Janae Aiko. You know, they have a daughter together. She might be like about to be 20 or 19, or they had her when they were young. So he's on this podcast and he's talking about, so Orion was on the podcast, what's his name? I don't know his name. Just Us podcast. And he was interviewing Orion and he asked him about Janae Eichel. And here's what he said about their relationship. And then I'll read some of the comments and I'll let you know what I think. Oh no, this is not the same guy. This is another guy. Just Us Podcast. I think he does it with Amber. Shout out to Amber. Um I think he does this podcast with Amber, or he used to do it with Amber, but I think Amber used to be down there. But anyways, let's listen to what Orion has to say about their relationship.
Okay. Well, I would say we were very young. We were in a relationship like 18, 19, young and love. Yeah, very young love. And when she got pregnant, for me, I had to make a decision. It was like I never had like my dad like super active in my life, or any like super like male influence. So I was afraid of like kind of messing up one or the other. Like I can't be like you're like a good baby father and like a good man. Like I haven't seen it for me in my life personally, growing up. So I was just like, hey, I'm gonna be the best, father I can be for you, and I'm gonna be here for you. I'm gonna be your friend and all of that. Right. But I'm not gonna act like I can be with you and maybe break your heart or maybe ruin this whole thing we have going on. I'm gonna just, we just gonna be cool. You know what I mean? You could she stay with me the whole pregnancy. Care for her, all of that, and you can have your life. You can do whatever you want. But it's like for me, I wanted to focus on what kind of father I was going to be, what kind of dad, reflection. Yeah, I had to create that. So it was like, let me create that, because being with you and then like trying to do that, like I don't know about that. One thing at a time. So that, we yeah, she was 20, I was 21 when Nami was born, and it was just like, yeah, man, she was working really hard at her career. I was just kind of like trying to figure things out for myself as well. And you and Janae.
What I heard was that I could only do one at a time, and I decided to choose my child over being in a relationship with her, which I think is another thing that I can respect a person say. This idea that you are bound, you have to get legally bound to the person that you have children with, is a socialization that is not sustainable in these days and age. It's not. And to demean him for not choosing to marry her, he just made her a baby mama. No, who cares about that? What matters is the child's relationship to its parent, because marriages end, relationships end. What did I say the other day? Your child will see 18 before your relationship with that person's father will see 18, right? Not too many is lasting the length of the child's minority. You understand what I'm saying? So he chose his child. He chose to say, listen, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. I can't not do that. I need to focus. I want to be a good dad, and I need to focus on being a good dad. So that's what I'm going to choose to do, is be a good dad. Does Orion have a bunch of kids running around here? Not that I know of. As far as I know, he has one child. And so he's focused on being a good dad to his kid. And I feel like that's fair. And I think a lot of women don't know how to accept something like that. I don't want to be in a relationship with you. I will definitely maintain the relationship with my child, but I do not want to be in a relationship with you. I cannot do both. I cannot do both. And that is why so many relationships fail the way that they fail, because literally it is very difficult. And not only is it difficult for men to do it, it's more difficult for a woman to do, because society puts so many pressures on her to maintain some sort of, you got to be a partner, you got to be a mom, you got to be to yourself, you got to maintain your own damn identity. So it's difficult. And I think a lot of people don't take that into consideration and say, well, we're just going to fight through this, we have to be together. No, you don't have to be together. Your child would rather see you happy than in a relationship that doesn't serve you. I promise. I promise. I promise you. I promise you, your child would rather see you happy than in a relationship that doesn't serve you. And then in turn, you are also showing them to choose yourself, choose the relationships that you want to be in, choose the relationships that you want to put effort towards. I'm sure she's fine with her not being in a relationship with Orion and him being a good father to the daughter. I'm sure she'd rather that than to be in a relationship with a man who cannot maintain his relationship with her. He's not doing what he's supposed to do in the relationship with her. Focus on the kid. You got it. Thank you for sparing me any needless suffering. Thank you. I don't need it. I don't need it. So let's read some of the comments. They always get to make a decision. We always are left with the outcome. No, you're not left with the outcome. You can choose not to have a baby. See, that's why I say when you have a baby, it's your baby. If other people help you take care of your baby while you're raising your baby, that's great. But that's your decision. Do not have a baby believing that it's going to maintain a relationship, a marriage, or anything like that. It's not. If you want to have your baby, and know that there might be a time in your life where you are raising your baby on your own, or babies on your own. So yeah, they can make a decision. You have the same decision. If you decide that you want to have a child, you cannot believe that somebody is going to be there. The father of the child is going to be there to take care of the child. They might be there for a little while. They may not be there for the entire time, but that's your baby. This is weird. How can't you focus on both when you came from one woman? What are you talking about? You are socialized to believe that you should be in long-term partnerships and have babies and create families. The truth is, some people are not built to do that. Everybody, just because you are socialized to do it doesn't mean that you can do it. Just because a man exists with a dick does not mean that he is a leader. Does not mean he's supposed to be a head of household. Does not mean he's qualified for any of the labels that you believe a man is supposed to do because they have a penis. It's not his job to protect or provide for you. It's not his job. It's not what he's supposed to do. Him being on earth is not here for you. You being on earth is not here for him. If he decides that he can make a decision at any time. You cannot control what another person does. So if you want a child, you have a child for yourself. And that's the truth. If you want a child, have a child for yourself. And if he wants to help and he's cooperative and collaborative and he wants to help raise the child, oh, great. But there might be a time where anybody can get up and be like, even women get up and say, you know what, fuck it, I'm out of here. My son is a friend has a friend whose father is raising him. The mother left. An Indian family. She left. He lives there with his grandmother and his father's mother and him. They live in the house together. The mother, Toodles, I'm out of here. When he was little, that's what my son told me. When he was little, the mother left and left him with his father. And let me tell you, the way that we live in this male-centered world, when men have children, there are always going to be women to help him. Because the fact that he's taking the initiative in a society that men don't take care of their children, it's cultural. And it's not just cultural with Black, it's cultural throughout all cultures. It is cultural. Men don't have to. They don't have to. But if they decide to, and they taking on, you know how many women love to see a man taking care of his child? They're going to help him. They're going to help him. A woman, not so much. Maybe so, maybe not. But when men have children, girl, he can find babysit. He can find whatever you need. He can find it. He typically gets the help. It's sad that if you're listening to, in short, he operated from trauma. It made him feel like he had to choose either or, and he couldn't be both. Some people can't be both. And the women who are fighting, that's the problem. It's like you're fighting to try to get men to adapt to this socialized behavior, and it's not conducive or sustainable. And now you're in a relationship with a man who does not want to be in a relationship with you. He doesn't want to, not just you, but anybody. He does not want to be in a relationship. and you're holding on and fighting and doing this, believing, and the crazy part is, bitch, you can't do it either. You can't do it all. You can't do it all. And these labels, right? The patriarchy, that's why the men are dying by suicide at the rates that they're dying, because the patriarchy is killing them. I told you, father time has its end, mother renews. You understand what I'm saying? So when you're functioning under a system of father time and patriarchy, these men that you've attached these labels onto them on what they're supposed to do, that shit is stressful. Can you imagine? No, you don't even want to imagine. You want to be able to depend on somebody to take care of you, to take care of everything, and then act like it's not a big deal. And then act like when they say, I don't want to do both, I only want to be a father, I don't want to be a partner, you're like, no, 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 no. And now you're in a relationship with somebody who doesn't like you, and now you're walking on eggshells because blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Girl, ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody. The truth is, a lot of people can't do it. That's why so many families look the way that they do, because people aren't able to do what they've been socialized to do. And then they keep fighting and fighting for it. And it's like, it's not sustainable. People are dying by suicide. People are getting divorced. People are watching their mothers and fathers not like each other. And they're just staying together because we're fighting for the kids. Your kids hate y'all together. They hate it. They don't like it. I'm here to tell you. And I'm sure there are kids in the comments who are not who are now adults who can tell you, I hate it. I hated my parents fighting. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So I don't know why you would grow up and think that you're going to be in a relationship where you're not getting along with the person. Y'all don't like each other. You realize you don't like each other. You're in close proximity for long lengths of time. It's not conducive. Literally, the women are literally, and it's not the way that I'm about to say it. It's not a patriarchal way. The women are supposed to take care of the children, and the men are supposed to go out. Not in a patriarchy way, but you're not supposed to live. We're not supposed to live with them. They come in, they make the children, and then you guys then they go. And they go and do whatever. And you don't give a fuck about what they doing. You care about your offspring and raising them up and cultivating them and teaching them and collaborating with other women. But this society, when I tell you, it's like people just going all which ways trying to figure out the quote right way to do something. The right way for Orion was, I'm going to choose to be a father because I didn't see that growing up. I can't be both. So I'm going to spare you the needless suffering of dealing with me as a man who can't completely show up, but I am going to be there for my daughter. I would take that over that. I would take you be there for your kid. We don't have to be together because you get on my nerves too. Period. That's how I feel about it. Don't have kids if you can't do both. What's the point of purposely bringing a child into a broken home? The idea that a man being in a home is a balanced home. If the parents are not getting along, that's not a balanced home. Right? You can equate, like, you guys are just like worried about the numbers. It's like a numbers game. You're worried about the numbers, but not the humans, right? Oh, the father is there, but like, what if he's an asshole? What if the mama is an asshole? What if they realize they don't really get along with each other? And now you want a 2-parent household with 2 motherfuckers who don't get along? Fuck that. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And so many people are running around trying to model their lives after these structures, and then like putting themselves in bad situations because they're trying to mimic something that, even though they see so many people do it, it's not effective and it's not sustainable. They still try to do it. But if a person understands, hey, listen, I can't be a partner, I can definitely try my best to be a good dad, and I'm really going to put in the effort to do that, but I don't want to be in a relationship with you because I can't do both. I really can't. I think instead of trying to convince a man that he can do both, allow him to be truthful in what he's saying and say, I can't do both. Don't look at it as an excuse. And then if you watch him putting forth the effort, then you're like, yeah, I would rather you be a good father than put me through hell, because you still out there trying to do whatever you want to do with your body. You can't control what other people do. So just like they can't control how you do with the fertilized egg, whatever the hell you want to do with it, you can decide. Once a baby gets here, they can also decide whether they want to deal with the baby or not. So if you want to go through and have a baby, just know that the dad may not be there all the time. And if you want to be in a relationship with a man and he is telling you, I can't do the relationship, but I can be a father. I can try my best to be a father because I didn't see it. But women are socialized to desire something that doesn't benefit them, to the point that when a man is telling you that he can't do it, you're trying to beat him over the head, trying to convince him that he can, and telling him and putting parameters on him like, no, this is what you're supposed to do. If you get a woman pregnant, you're supposed to get married. You know how many people got married to people they had babies with and this are like miserable? So I spare me, thank you, try to be a good dad, and I got you. So he basically doesn't know how to multitask. A lot of people don't. A lot of male humans don't know how to multitask. And then a lot of women don't either. The way that you think that you're able to multitask, one of those tasks is not getting 100%. So while you think you're moving around, you got a mop in one hand, a gun in one hand, a blow dryer in one hand, and a bottle in one hand. You think you superwoman, supermom, and doing everything. Girl, you don't want to do that either. Girl, please. Mm. This coffee is weird. That makes zero sense. It's crazy. I said to someone earlier, marriage is not for everybody, and marriage has nothing to do with the parents' relationship to their child, because marriages end. The relationship to your child doesn't end when a divorce occurs because you married someone just because you had a baby, right? He chose his child, and I think that's fair. So shout out to Orion for choosing his child over the child's mother, and and let her go be in a relationship with someone who can give her what you admit from gate that you're not able to give her. I would rather that. To me, I feel it's another respectful perspective. I'm sure some of you who are still in the mind of marriage, 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 and they just want to get out of being married, girl, spare me. Spare me. Spare me the stress, the strife, looking through the window. Spare me all that shit. I ain't got time for it. So go on. As long as you can come here and provide for the kid, I'm all for it. See you later. Thanks. Peace. Out of here. All right, let's see what else is happening. Girl, it says Ellen Pompeo says it doesn't make any sense financially for her to leave Grey's Anatomy. Everybody would get to profit off my hard work. Despite her reduced appearances on Grey's Anatomy, star Ellen Pompeo admitted that she has no intentions of fully leaving the medical drama. In a recent interview with El País, Pompeo shared that both financially and emotionally, walking away from the hit series does not make sense to her, she said. The show was streamed more than 1 billion times in 2024. More than 1 billion times. The companies that own the show and stream the show make a lot of money from our images, our voices, and our faces, she continued. If I were to walk away completely, everybody gets to make money from my hard work for 20 years, and I wouldn't make any money. To me, it doesn't make any sense that everybody gets to profit off of my hard work. Pompeo made her debut as the tutelar Meredith Grey when the series premiered in 2005. In 2020, however, she decided to step back from the show and has reduced screen time ever since. While finances definitely played a role in her decision to stick around, Pompeo also emphasized the emotional connection fans have with the series creator Shonda Rhimes. She added, emotionally, the show means a lot to people. I want to have an attitude of gratitude toward the show. Let me read the couple of comments here. I wouldn't have admitted this publicly, but wouldn't it be ironic if the producers completely removed her character in the future? I'm sure she signed a contract where she is only going to whop, whop, whop and a bop, bop, bop. And if she does come back, I'm coming back in a dream sequence, bitch. Ellen said, fuck them residuals. Period. She's not wrong. I wouldn't leave either show. Right. And that's why I no longer watch the show. I can't stand her. But she's not there often. So why you can't stand her? What? Girl, let me go to Hollywood Unlocked and see what the hell is going on. The hell is going on? Whose little baby is this? Rihanna got her cheeks out. Diddy Combs pleads not guilty to new charges. Girl, please. Okay, girl. And this. Oh, that's Megan and Victoria Monet. I'm glad I'm okay. Stop being sad for me. Shake your ass for me instead. Yeah. Natalie looks like a clown. She looks a mess. Natalie Nunn looks a mess. She looks like a clown at the BAP circus. Girl, you look a mess. The hairstyles are a mess. They're juvenile. I don't understand it. It's a mess. She looks a mess. I don't get it at all. I don't understand it at all. Princess Love says she's never drinking again. Yeah, she was kissing Ray J the other night. I was talking about it in the other video, but I cut it out because it's just them kissing each other at, where was she at? Coachella? Where they at? Oh, at the Millennium concert. Ew. Ain't no telling where his lips have been. I wouldn't kiss Ray J. That is so gross. Yuck, 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 yuck. Okay, let's see what else is happening. How much time do we have? We only have a little bit of time. Let's go to the Bravo Shade Room, see what they have, and see what's happening. Shannon Sharp on being told he looks like Miss Netta. It doesn't stop them young ones from opening up.
Okay, come on, girl. Come on, girl. Okay. Yeah.
Shout out to Make It Make Sense. He says, have Shannon and Miss Netta ever been in the same room? It's a mess. Girl, when I saw this, I was so disgusted. Slim Thug believes Megan Thee Stallion has a crush on him after she performed to 2 of his songs during Coachella. Quote, if that ain't a hey, I want you daddy call, I don't know what is.
Who are these niggas?
Tired ass, po ass, raggedy ass, slow ass niggas.
Just like Brit, Eady, like these men in the club who make up something in their head and they act on something made up in their head. And when you don't respond to the story that they've created in their head, you have no idea what the script is. And so you reject it. They get upset because in their mind, they have told themselves whatever they told themselves. Listen to this date. When I tell you, this is exactly the way Brisket Eady was acting with Kenya. Whatever she thought up in her head, she was going to go on that. Listen to this disgusting. That's why I said that homegirl acts like a man. Listen to this.
And dancing to Doug from around the way and still tipping. If that ain't a hey, I want you daddy call, I don't know what is. So I'm just waiting on my day, kid. I'm just waiting on her to come to Houston and hit my line like, hey, I'm in the town, pick me up. You know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time at this point. She brought me out in Houston. Know she got a crush on me by this point. She danced to 2 of my songs. I say I'm in there. I think I'm in there. What y'all think? I probably can't keep her, I ain't gonna lie. She a lot of energy, you can tell from the twerking. You can tell from the twerking. I ain't gonna let her kill me. I can't pop a Viagra every day, goddamn. But we can have a good time. We can have, I can catch you in the city. Put you in that spectrum, one of these jump top road. Did y'all see the stallion?
The caption says, what if she just respects you as a Houston legend? You believing that she wants you just because she performed 2 of your songs at Coachella is sick and deranged. Me, when my crush likes my story. When you feel better, dance to his song, little bro. Here we go again with a man creating something in his head that has no basis in any truth or evidence and attempting to project that some woman wants him. And what's going to happen when she rejects him? He's not going to like it because in his head, he assumed that based on something like performing his song that this woman wants him. These men are strange as fuck. His beard got split ends and it's pissing me off. And that will be the last time she ever performs a song paying homage. That would be the last time for me. Nigga, you think I want you just because I'm performing songs by you? Never again. Take all of Slim Thug's shit out of there. And if we listening to was that Tippin'? Who was that? We just playing Paul Wall's verse. We not playing yours.
Nuts is Bow Wow, baby. What you know about me? I'm on that 5-9 South Lee, baby. Holla at me.
Get out of here. Gross. Ugh. And I tell you, all the stuff that he just the other day, he was saying that a woman wearing shorts, she gotta know. She gotta know. She gotta know. What are you selling? What are you selling? It's disgusting. That's the same way what's her name was acting. I'm gonna read some of the comments. Man, he got too much dip on his chip because be for real. After this interview with Poor Minds, I'm starting to think Unc is a little thirsty. I can't stand men sometime. Why can't she just be paying homage, showing love, or repping her hometown? This is so cringe and self-righteous. Sir, that lady don't want you. That's him, officer, right? I want Slim behind bars immediately. Is he slow? This level of delusion does not speak for all the Slims in the world. This person's name is Slim Dollars. That's funny. I really want him to focus on the health of his beard as opposed to the length. Right. If you're crushing, just say that. If you manifesting, just say that. But thinking this woman is crushing on you is crazy work. I believe if she wanted you, she would have already had you. Okay? Period. Talking about I'm just waiting. Girl, well, keep waiting. Hold your breath while you at it, you weirdo. That fool is a weirdo. I don't care what y'all say. Slim Thug is a weirdo. Scrappy says that the condom popped during his threesome that resulted in a 5th child. I don't believe he had on a condom. I don't.
So, but the only thing is, I'm saying, when that shit get the feeling too motherfucking good. I don't know, I don't parlay. No, I'm saying I parlay. You know what I'm saying? Look, I was in that bit like this, and it was just super good. And then next thing you know, it was a baby. She was here now, but she was living now. That's what the baby shower was. Nah, the rubber was there like.
Okay, he's cutting here. I'm not listening to him over those clippers.
So before you get all panties in a bunch, Brit, I don't like you on the show. I think you bring very much ghetto energy. I can't take your very nasally sounding nose, the way you talk. It's just like whoever did that, please open up those nasal passages. It's too much. Like it's like
whoever did that is crazy.
I don't like you anymore. The way you bucked up, how we are protecting Angela Oakley and all costs, by all means. Okay, Angela didn't even ask me anything that was negative or mean. She said, "I'm a broker too. Like, how does that happen?" And I did my research. Well, a little bit of research. There's a LinkedIn page for Brit and her company that she was doing her insurance stuff with, right? And I contacted a real estate agent and also someone that is in the mortgage brokerage business, Brit, Eady. According to her LinkedIn page, she was with Allstate full time, and that was from January of 2020 to April of 2023, 3 years and 4 months. So it says that she's been done doing it. So I don't know if she lost her license from this incident or she just, I don't know. And I also talked to someone that said, I said, so can you lose your license is there like clauses for personal behavior and all that kind of stuff? Like, what do they call those?
Morality clauses.
And my friend that did my loan said, no, there are strippers that do all kinds of OnlyFans, all that kind of stuff that have these licenses that they don't lose their job. So that is bullshit. They said she would lose her license for financial crimes, fraud, things of that matter. Not if, and think how fast it's happened, right? We are all just seeing the episode now. This happened when it happened. So you mean to tell me between that, the
2 days
hair care event, and then a month later, your company knew about this big scandal that was at a private event?
No, the crazy part is it said 48 hours. And then she's sitting on the couch talking to the gremlin. Yeah, boss. I got her, boss. She's in the car, boss. she talking to boss, and and she says, my clients are calling. What clients, girl? We haven't seen you at work yet. We haven't seen you at work yet. We saw Kelly at work. We saw Angela at work. We haven't seen you at work yet. Are you another one of them girls? We have to wait to see what you do and be asking you over and over and over again, like Bryn from Housewives of New York. Girl, what do you do? We haven't seen you work yet. Talking about your clients. You're a liar. And I can't wait until all the publications I gave that funky bitch a platform to find out she's been lying this entire fucking time. How the fuck you gonna blame somebody showing pictures of you? You gonna blame them for getting your license suspended or revoked in 2 days? I'm under investigation. Now you under investigation for something else. What Kenya should have went down there to read was the Better Business Bureau and how she's taking them people. It's like a little Ponzi scheme going on down there where people are paying for electronic services and they don't get what they paid for. They're supposed to get her little courses and they're not getting the courses. I can't wait until they blow your shit up. And that's one thing I could tell you about Bravo. I don't know who the fuck they work for, but the way that they attract criminals to their goddamn show, and for them to be bold enough and narcissistic enough to film an entire show knowing what you know about your own fucking history, you scammer and a fraud. That is why Kenya should have stayed on the scammer and the fraud shit. Fuck being a sex worker. Everybody's fucking girl. Ain't nobody got time for that. But you're a fraud and you're a phony and you're a fake. That's what you should have showed. You're an insurance fraud hoe. That's what she called you. That's what she said. The girls are not here for it.
You lost your license. I think she's playing the victim card extra hard now. Like she sees an opening. She tried to come for the queen in her mind. That didn't really pan out the way she thought. She got read down and made to look like erratic. So now let me play this victim card thing. And did you see how her mother was looking at it when she was telling her story? Her mother was looking at like, then at the end, she realized, oh, I'm on TV. Yeah, that girl, because you're pretty. You know, they hate on you because you're pretty, girl. But I looked at her mother's face. Go back. Her mother was like, here we go again. That's what I got. That's what I got from that.
All right, let's see. Let's read some of the comments, Claudia. Claudia told no lie. I mean, I agree, but she wasn't the best on the show either. Claudia said, this isn't about me. That was 10 years ago. Oh my God, Claudia cannot fucking speak. Slow the fuck down and stop stumbling over your words. She said she's had several concussions that affect her speech. She used to be very sharp, but if I don't take my lion's mane, I have difficulties. Thank you for compassion and reminding folks. Yeah. You notice how she was talking, but that's just the way she talks. And it does sound like she's trying to get out what she wants to say before she pauses, basically. That's what it seems like. Let me see what this thread says. As a result of a bad car wreck, she sustained several head injuries that left her with a neurogenic stutter. So someone said. And then Claudia came back and said, thank you to that person. I've had several concussions that affected my speech. Used to be very sharp, but if I don't take my lion's mane, and you can hear the way she talks, but that's not the fucking point. The fucking point is, bitch, stay on that hoe. Stay on that bitch. I'm gonna see how she responds. She said something else. She came out and said something else and tried to correct Angela by saying Angela was that was on All True Tea. Let me go to All True Tea. Shout out to All True Tea. And saying that Angela, doesn't know, she's not in the same industry, so she doesn't know. But there's so many people that are saying that what you said is not true. You're not going to be investigated that quick. In 2 days you under investigation? No, girl, that might have been something you under investigation for the actual fraud. So when those stories come out, because that's one thing about these reality shows, when you put yourself out there, when you come out of private citizenship, the people are going to start pulling your files. They are. So you have to be careful, literally have to be careful on who you choose as an enemy, because they will come and blow your face off. And that's what happened to you. Yes, she lost her job, and you're not really embarrassed. I don't believe that you're embarrassed. I don't. They said you was down there auditioning for a show with Stevie J called Penthouse Pets or something like that. So I don't understand how, to me, I feel like even sex worker, like legitimate girls who like, they would be like, girl, that's me sucking dick. Here, this is the number at the bottom. Call the number at the bottom, girl. Just like I was telling Nate the other day, Nicole Richie, she was asked, what would you do if somebody said they saw your sex tape? She said, I would ask them, do I look good? How did I look? How did I look? How did I look, girl? Girl, yes, it's you chose the right person. And if we're not taking gun violence seriously, then we're not taking nude seriously. Because one could actually, you might be, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Oh my God, I didn't use the right technique. Oh my God, I can't see what I'm doing. That's so fucking embarrassing. But the actual gun, and then to say that you did not have a gun, but then in another clip say you always keep your gun on you, you are a liar and you are going to continue to be exposed. That's what you get. You've been wanting the spotlight, now it's on you. And then we're going to see. That's why she snapped at Angela the way she did. Let me see. Here it is. Hi, insurance agent here. I think it's important that what happens in our personal lives can affect our professional lives. I'm no stranger to that. I've seen so many cases online where people have been fired from their jobs from behavior due to social media access and camera phones. If you tuned into last night's episode of RHOA, I mentioned my license was under investigation, not lost.
With my husband, business, my license,
She mentioned to me yesterday that she lost her insurance license.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Based on
Really?
what?
Right.
What do you mean?
Mortgage loan officers are not versed or licensed insurance agents. It's a completely different field of work. When your job is of public trust, it's important to investigate claims of fraud. Case dismissed. Hashtag still got love for her though. Girl, you still lying. Somebody said, how did they find out about it 2 days later and initiate the removal of her license? She doesn't make sense. I said it doesn't make sense because she's lying. If that's the case, she probably shouldn't be threatening people with weapons if she can be under investigation so easily. Maybe Kenya called and said, hey, one of your agents just threatened me with a gun. Maybe she did that on the back end. And that's why your ass was under investigation in 2 days. We found out who she was, but you don't know who I am. You don't know who I am. And she said, let me find out who you are. Oh, you an insurance agent? Let me call whoever you work for and tell them. Girl, you don't have no clients. Shut the fuck up. I think we need Vicky Gunvalson to make a comment on this. Her whole career and White House career was based off of her own insurance company, life insurance. She proved Angela right. She was under investigation. She didn't already lose the license. So Kenya was right about the insurance fraud, and Angela was right about her not losing her license without cause. Licensed insurance agent here. What Angela said was true. Stop it, Brit. Okay? So is Brit trying to say she was investigated for fraud and not to do anything with those pics? She mentioned fraud in her tweets. Who at NBC Universal and Bravo hired her? They need their licenses revoked. No, I really believe they find like these very narcissistic, oh, everybody hates me, all the women, none of the women like me, all of the women hate me, I've had problems, oh my God, I'm so pretty, and they just can't take it. And you really are mad because there's a beauty queen right there. And that beauty queen, a fellow pretty girl, didn't give you the attention that you thought. And that's where you, like Slim Thug, you made up something in your head telling you need to give me a hug. That's the hug. And the girl, shut up. Shut up. Okay, girl, I gotta go. I'll be on this thing talking and talking and talking. All right, y'all, I gotta go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.